And one of the first questions was, what does it mean to be loved the way you want to be loved? That I looked at that through the lens of so many relationships. First in that romantic relationship, and then through the lens of parent-child dynamic, and then that snowballed into siblings and family and friendships. And so it's sort of, you start with your immediate circles and then you sort of branch out. I think friendships are always easier to analyze and see how you show up. So family is a big thing and you realize that fast, but you don't want to internalize how abandoned you have been by your family. And truly, I only know all the versions of love that I know because of my environment. You know what I mean? So the teachers were family and my parents. And so when unraveling everything, you're like, whoa, okay, right. Like I no longer want this for myself. But in the moment, I think the fuel and the catalyst for everything is in the unraveling of my marriage. I had a daughter, and I know we've talked about this. And when you are consciously aware of the unraveling and you have a daughter looking at you, you're just like, how do I stop your future heartbreak? And I have to learn how I got myself in the situation in the first place. So the unraveling of my marriage really launched me into my self-love, self-value, self-worth journey, because when you're in those intimate partnerships, it's sort of, there's a pillar in everything. You know what I mean? Like when you have your family, you have one thing, but when you're in an intimate relationship, when you are like physically intimate, you go through body issues, you go through self-worth, self-value, you go through performance, you go through vulnerability. Like there's, you know, generally those relationships, you end up having a closer relationships with those partners more than your family. They're your best friend and your lover and all that kind of stuff. So you're truly exposed so much more. Like you can run from your family. They don't need to know, your daily routine, but your partner knows everything about you. So it's very, very exposing. Because I was already had the question in the back of my mind, what does it mean to be loved the way I want to be loved?